ES Audio.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, Twitter star TALKSWITHASH tells us about her success. But first, scientists say the existence of the Loch Ness Monster could, on one level, be plausible after a new fossil discovery in Morocco.
We're researching an ancient river system in some strata that are known as the Kem beds, or the Kem group. This is an ancient river that is absolutely full of gigantic prehistoric animals.
Professor David Martill there from the University of Portsmouth, who co-authored the report along with the team at the University of Bath and the University of Casablanca. During their research, they found remains of a plesiosaur in a 100 million year old river system, suggesting they may have lived in fresh water.
Plesiosaurs are wonderful prehistoric reptiles. They have a long neck, a fairly small skull with lots and lots of slender, sharp teeth, a body shaped a bit like a turtle, with four big flippers, really huge flippers, and then a short, tapered tail.
Loch Ness Monster supporters have long thought that the historic Scottish folklore could be a prehistoric reptile, such as a plesiosaur. However, skeptics argued that they couldn't have lived there as they needed a saltwater environment, but this shows that's not the case.
And now, I don't believe for one moment that the Loch Ness Monster is a plesiosaur. It's probably a stray seal or a huge sturgeon or something like that. But I tell you what, for those people who are clutching at straws, we've just given them an extra straw. They can now say, well, of course, plesiosaurs are known to live in freshwater, so maybe it's a plesiosaur.
So just don't put Professor Martill down as a believer in Nessie. Now, research suggests that gaming time has no link with levels of well-being. A study of 39,000 people found that the average video gamer would have to play for 10 hours more than usual per day to notice any difference, and the reason for playing were far more likely to have an impact. Well-being was measured by asking about life satisfaction and levels of emotions, such as happiness, sadness, anger, and frustration. The research conducted by the Oxford Internet Institute contradicts a study by the same department in 2020. Ashley Louise, aka Talks with Ash, has been telling Tech and Science Daily about her incredible Twitter success.
So Talks with Ash is a show that we do on Twitter Spaces, and it kind of is usually more of a storytelling space where people can kind of come and share experiences and things like that. However, we also have the Love Island element where we recap every single nightly episode.
Talks with Ash has proven so popular when it comes to discussing Love Island, it often trends higher than the show's official hashtag. She also gets lots of high-profile guests to take part in the panel, including past contestants.
And I love Love Island. I've watched it since season 1, and I always kind of had things I wanted to say and talk about after an episode, and kind of just felt there wasn't anywhere that you could really do that.
Ashley says that although it's a forum where people are encouraged to share their views and opinions, she still feels like there's a responsibility.
You know, sometimes I look back at my stats and we've had 35,000 people in the space. So there is an enormous responsibility to make sure that we toe the line between being honest and giving our funny, unfiltered opinions and making sure we're respectful and we are taking into consideration that these are real people we're talking about.
She hopes to one day be given a segment on the TV spin-off Love Island After Sun. So watch this space. Russia has said it will withdraw from the International Space Station after 2024. They said it would fulfill its obligations to other partners before it leaves the project to focus on building its own orbital outpost. The US, however, says no such move has been communicated to NASA, amid ongoing tensions between Moscow and the West over the war in Ukraine. Next. A study suggests that dogs might be able to see with their noses. A team of vets from Cornell University in New York has found that vision and smell are actually connected in the brains of dogs, something not yet found in any other species. They conducted MRI scans on a number of different dogs and successfully mapped the part of the brain dealing with smell to the visual processing area of the brain. The research sheds new light on how dogs experience and navigate the world. Let's go to the ads. Stay there for more news from the world of tech and science, plus why your pet cat might be considered an alien. Keep listening. Welcome back. Saudi Arabia has unveiled plans for a 100-mile-long, 200-metre wide, mirrored vertical city. The megastructure will offer up to 9 million residents a temperate climate and short commutes. Named The Line, Saudi officials say the project is the city of the future, a car-free metropolis that will run on 100% renewable energy with clean air. And finally, domestic cats have been labelled an alien invasive species by a scientific institute. The term refers to the growing scientific consensus that domestic cats can cause damage to birds and other wildlife by the number they hunt and kill. Wojciech Solarz, a biologist at the Polish Academy of Sciences, says he wasn't prepared for the backlash from cat lovers after entering it into a national database run by the Academy's Institute of Nature Conservation. He said the database already had 1,700 other species listed, all with no objections. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast from the Evening Standard. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.